Breaking news come out of a war declaration against the United States and NATO coming as soon as this weekend. Putin warning the United States and NATO that the risk of war with Russia is coming. Right now, he's drawing a line in the sand. If long-range strike ban is lifted for Ukraine, and we're hearing that that is going to be unfolding this weekend. Biden is going to be meeting with the UK Starmer to discuss the ongoing strike bans happening in Ukraine. This article literally coming out today, just a couple hours ago, as we're hearing that the potential for all-out war, a declaration against the United States and NATO made by Russia. They are saying if this unfolds, this is in their eyes an act of war. So this coming out, you guys, that the United States and NATO, we could be experiencing an official war declaration as soon as this weekend. Russia said if the United States chooses to go this route. And there's several articles starting to come out on this across the news media outlets today. Russian President Vladimir Putin this week has issued an ominous warning against the United States and its NATO allies and has said that they risk being at war with Russia if Ukraine is allowed to use the long-range weapons to hit targets inside of Russia. So they are saying that it is time to go ahead and make this official. There will be an announcement of a declaration of war if this happens. Russia giving the warning to the United States and NATO, you will be officially at war with Russia if you allow this to unfold. Now, like I said, I'm taking a look at an article here. One is from Fox News. Here's another one coming out from CBS. There are several various sources coming out on this today, just in the past couple of hours, but it looks like it's been coming out throughout the day as they are saying that this could be unfolding as soon as this weekend. So I know that Russia and Ukraine have been at war for several years now, and things have been intensifying ever since Biden lifted the ban on them to use the U.S. weapons against Russia. Now we're hearing we are getting one step closer, and it's intensifying. And Putin now coming out and saying, if you allow these long-range weapons to hit targets inside of Russia, this is an official declaration of war against us. You will be in war with Russia, U.S., and NATO. This is your warning. And we're hearing that this could be all changing here. That shift could be unfolding as soon as the next couple of days this weekend, as this is the discussion that is about to unfold with the United States, Ukraine, and allies. So you guys, let me know your thoughts. Are we about to experience an all-out war with the United States involved with Russia? Many saying this could lead to World War III. If you think so, put a 3 in the comments. If you think no, we are not going to escalate things. They've been warning over and over that their threats are empty. Put a 4. I'd be curious to see people's thoughts in the comments. And man, I'm starting to see 3s pouring in. Let me know your thoughts. Now, in addition to that, while you're putting your comments, do me a favor. I see we've got 1,312 people live with me in the room. Take a second and hit that like button for me if you appreciate these updates, keeping you up to speed on all the breaking news. And like I said, we've been hearing these warnings for quite some time, and a lot of people letting me know that they feel like Russia's threats are becoming empty, but a lot of people saying, no, do not let your guard down, that it could be coming here, and that we're just distracted right now with all the things going on, but they're not mentioning what is happening across the other side of the world, the U.S. involvement, and how we are potentially getting closer to all-out war and World War III, while we also have all of our own issues here in the United States with cyber attacks, people coming in across our border. We've got elections. We've got an assortment of different things. Our economy is stressed. We've got all these things going on. And now also simultaneously, do not let off your guard as we are hearing that this could be unfolding here very soon. This warning coming out from Russian President Vladimir Putin, letting us know today, these coming out across the headlines, that there could be all out, let's just call it war. Declaration of war official with Russia, the United States, and NATO. Madison bringing up a good point. Thank you for the $5 super chat, Madison. I appreciate the support. She says World War III is already here. And I've heard a lot of people say this as well. They said that when we write the history books, they take a look back at when the World War actually started. And a lot of times it starts before people even realize it, before there's an official declaration. Let me know. Has it already started? Do you agree with Madison? If so, put a 5 in the comments. If you agree, we are already here. World War III has already started. We don't need an official declaration. A lot of people saying it's already started with the cyber attacks, with all the things that are taking place, with people pouring into the southern border, coming here to form these sleeper cell groups that we've been hearing warnings about for quite some time, that they are saying are just waiting, anticipating. And I shared with you not too long ago, if you missed it, They stopped that individual at the Canadian border that was coming in, and he was planning to create a group in New York City. They were saying to do a hit on various Jewish individuals in New York. So looking to form a cell group there to do a hit. They wanted to do it on October 7th in commemoration of what unfolded a year ago. So a lot of warnings coming in, and now this as well. So let me get you caught up on the latest. Jasmine, thank you for the $10 super chat. With who we have in office representing our country, we are guaranteed to be officially going to a World War III, she says. Yeah, and let me know your thoughts. We are not too far away from elections. Who do you think would be better for us, for the United States right now with all the conflict going on? Would it be Donald Trump or Kamala Harris? If you think it's Trump, put a 45. If you think it would be Harris, put a 47. But yeah, let me know if you agree right now with Jasmine. If you agree with Jasmine, put a 45. If you think it would be better for our nation to have Trump in place right now with all the conflicts going on globally, if you think it would be better to have Kamala Harris, put a 47. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And thank you for that super chat. I appreciate all the support. I will continue to keep you guys up to date. And as always, I will also cite all my sources. These are linked in the description, both of these, one from Fox News, one from CBS, because I want to keep myself accountable to my community. You guys can see it's the latest. I'm not just making up stuff or whatever. These are actual headlines coming out. You can click them, go read them for yourself, and you can see that this is the latest coming out today, September the 13th, 2024. And again, do me a favor. I see we've got 1,658 people live with me in the room. If you appreciate the updates, please take a second, hit that like button. Helps out the channel a ton, just helps spread this out further so more people can get the latest news updates. And also, subscribe to stay up to date. Literally today, still having people telling me that they're subscribed to the channel. They're getting unsubscribed. We're not really sure why, if YouTube thinks people are bots or there's something going on with a YouTube update in the settings, people getting unsubscribed from the channel. Make sure you're staying subscribed if you've already subscribed. And if you haven't yet subscribed, hit the subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. I'll keep you up to speed on everything going on so you know exactly what is taking place, because, man, things are crazy right now. There's just so much going on in the world. But let me get you caught up on this because, like I said, these articles coming out today, and we're hearing that things could literally be changing by this weekend with what is unfolding here. So again, one coming out from CBS News, and this headline reads, Putin says NATO will be in war if the United States or the allies let Ukraine fire long-range missiles into Russia, saying you will be at war with Russia. Here's another headline saying that Putin warns U.S. and NATO that they risk war directly with Russia if long-range strikes bans is lifted for Ukraine. So he is saying, prepare for war, and this could be an all-out declaration. Now, let me go ahead and dive into the article, and I see those 45s pouring in as people are saying they think that Trump would be better for our nation. Peter Pan, thank you for the €2. Says Sleepy Joe nuclear password is password. Yeah, well, you know, we're going to have somebody else in here. It's either going to be Kamala or it's going to be Trump. And I see those 45 still pouring in. A lot of people here on the channel saying they'd like to see Trump in there, that they think he would be doing a better job. And we had heard Trump say that he will end the war with Russia and Ukraine before he is even president, while he's president-elect. We're going to be seeing, and hopefully we can see things de-escalate if he goes into office. We will see. Now, this article says Russian President Vladimir Putin this weekend has issued an ominous warning against the United States and its NATO allies, and has said that they risk being, quote, at war with Russia if Ukraine is allowed to use long-range weapons to hit targets inside of Russia. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has been pushing the United States and NATO for months to remove any and all restrictions that they have on Kiev's use of Western supply long-range weapons and permit it to hit military targets deep inside of Russia. But Putin on Thursday, yesterday, he drew a red line in the sand and said, this will mean that NATO countries, the United States, and European countries, you are going to be at war with Russia. So this is what he said, directly pointing to NATO, the United States, the nations of Europe, letting them know, if you allow this to unfold, this is going to be all-out war. This is going to be an official declaration. And if this is so, then bearing in mind the change in the very essence of this conflict, we will make the appropriate decisions based on the threats that will be created for us, he added, according to the translation posted by the NBC News. So he said, bear in mind the changes of the very essence of the conflict as you will be entering into war with Russia. The comments were issued one day ahead of talks at the White House, where President Biden will be meeting with the British Prime Minister Keir Starmer to discuss lifting the current strike bans on Friday today. So it could be this weekend. They're discussing lifting the ban right now. Putin did not lay out what actions Russia would take against the West should the United States or London lift their strike restrictions. But the Kremlin chief has long relied on escalated rhetoric in his war strategy to detour Western aid for Ukraine. Now, since the onslaught of the war, Putin has warned NATO against supplying Kiev with lethal aid, and at nearly every step of the way, he has warned the war could spread beyond Ukraine's borders, a strategy that one expert said has achieved its intended effect on the United States. So they're saying he's playing war games right now with the United States. It's mental strategy that he's using, and they're saying he's winning. He's doing a good job. Madison, thank you for the $2 super chat. She says Trump with a heart. And again, those 45s pouring in, agreeing with Madison. And also, thank you, Patriot Rob, for the $5. He says, if we wind up in the middle of a world war, like the Second World War, and you want Kamala Harris to be handling that, then you are out of your mind. Let me know if you agree with Patriot Rob. A lot of people pouring in those 45s saying, hey, we need Trump in the middle of this right now. Kamala Harris is not the person. If you think Kamala Harris is, go ahead and put a 47. But a lot of people agreeing with you, Rob. We need Trump right now is what the 45s mean as they pour in. Now, Putin's war in Ukraine has been a massive failure, hundreds of thousands of casualties, a brain drain. 1 million Russians have fled. Sweden and Finland are now NATO members. The list goes on, says former CIA Moscow station chief Dan Hoffman on the Fox News Digital. The only thing that he succeeded at is rhetoric, nuclear brinksmanship, and other threats, trying to include the Biden administration not to give Ukraine what they need when they need it to defend themselves. So he is saying that it has just been rhetoric. They've been threatening with nuclear weapons, threatening World War III, threatening all-out war. He's saying that they've been succeeding at rhetoric, but as far as actually fighting the war in Ukraine, they have not succeeded. Now, this entire time, as I mentioned, for quite some time now, threatening of all-out war with NATO, the United States. It is continuing on, but a lot of people saying, do not let your guard down. The United States, do not take your foot off of the gas, because if you slow down, Russia is threatening they could be potentially getting ready to attack. Others saying no, the entire time. It is just a bluff. Now, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Again, if you think that we're potentially on the verge of World War III, put a 3 in the comments. If you think no, we are not going to be going into war, this is just more bluffs from Putin, put a 4 in the comments. Now, Hoffman said Putin's remarks were likely tailored to President Biden and his administration. So they're directly addressing the United States, which has repeatedly been slow to send Ukraine sorely needed defense equipment like tanks, F-16s, long-range ATACMs, missiles before the reversing course, and then eventually agreeing to send the top weaponry. So they're saying that this is Putin trying to intimidate the United States, trying to intimidate Joe Biden. And they're saying that over the past couple years, it has been successful. It has just been recently that Biden has reversed on his stance, now allowing Ukraine to use U.S. weapons to defend themselves. And now they're even talking about long-range weapons to allow them to attack Russia directly inside of its nation's territories. So they're saying that this has actually strategically worked, the intimidation against the United States with our current administration. Now, he makes these threats because he knows that they work, Hoffman argued. We shouldn't be micromanaging how Ukraine conducts their war. Just give them the weapons. They have every lawful right to defend themselves, he added. Let me know if you agree in the comments. Does Ukraine have the right to defend itself as we give them weapons? Or should we be managing exactly how they use it? As Russia is threatening us, saying if you allow them to use it this way, or this way, or this way, we're going to declare war against you. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Now, defense officials on both sides of the aisles, they have argued it behooves the United States and NATO to arm Kiev in its war against Russia. as many believe Putin will not stop with his deadly ambitions in Europe if he gains a win in Ukraine. And we've heard this vocalized by Volodymyr Zelensky and several other members of NATO. They have said that Ukraine is just phase one. Russia wants an all-out takeover of Europe, and this is just step one. If we do not stop them now, they say, they're going to be continuing on to attack other nations. Now, it remains to be seen whether Putin will actually escalate the war beyond Russia and Ukraine's borders. Should Biden and Starmer agree on Friday, today, to lift the strike ban? So again, these articles coming out today, you guys, September the 13th, 2024, we're hearing that this could all be changing as soon as this weekend, that there could be what Putin is saying an official declaration of war if they allow this to take place. Now, again, a lot of people saying they think that these are empty threats, but other people saying this is the line in the sand. Now, though the White House's National Security Communication Advisor John Kirby reported on Friday not to expect any announcement regarding the strike bans. So he said they're discussing it as we speak. It could be this weekend, but don't be surprised if there's no new announcements. We will see. But if there is an announcement, they're saying that this could change everything. Putin's saying that this will change the essence of the entire war and the conflict, and this will change the stances regarding NATO, the United States, and Europe. I wouldn't be looking for an announcement today about long-range strike capabilities, he said. There's no change in our policy with that respect of that as of yet. Russian officials have been drawing red lines since 2022, along with issuing warnings that the United States would become a party to the conflict by providing Ukraine with defensive aid. Starmer responded to Putin's apparent threats while abroad his flight to D.C. on Thursday and told the reporters for The Guardian, Russia started this conflict. Russia illegally invaded Ukraine. Russia can end this conflict straight away. Ukraine has the right for self-defense, they said in a statement. So, man, let me know your thoughts, you guys. Sounds like things are starting to intensify between Russia, Ukraine, the United States, NATO. The United States and NATO could be allowing very soon Ukraine the ability to use long-range weapons to strike Russia. Russia saying this is a line in the sand. If they allow that this could be all-out official war. Patriot Rob, thank you for the $5 super chat. Two things never underestimate: Vladimir Putin and his rhetoric. Secondly, let's go Captain America 45, talking about Donald Trump, another 45, saying we got to get Trump in there. Right now, things are falling apart with Biden at the helm. A lot of people saying that he has just been missing at the beach. And now that he is no longer going to be doing a run for a second term, that he's just kind of checked out. We're waiting to see. Is it going to be Kamala Harris or Donald Trump? Everyone putting in those 45s in the comments for Trump. I've seen a couple 47s for Kamala, but we got to get somebody in there that's going to be addressing this, because it just seems like things are unraveling, as it seems like Biden is just checking out and he's just on the beaches in Delaware, just like, hey, you guys don't want me in here? Fine. I don't want to do anything. I'm just going to chill for a while until I get out of here, and then I'm going to collect my presidency pension, whatever it is. So, man, yeah, I totally agree with you. Irene Russell, thank you for the €3. I appreciate the support a ton. Now, do me a favor. I see we've got 2,052 people on with me live with this breaking news coming out. Please hit that like button. Help spread this out further. If we could get just like 50 more likes, it would be 1,100 likes while we're live. That would be awesome. Just help spread this out so more people can get the latest breaking news if they haven't heard of the escalation that is currently taking place. Also, to stay up to date, hit subscribe. Totally free. Why not? Make sure you're staying subscribed. YouTube settings, unsubscribing people. Still not sure why. Now, in addition to that, also, all these articles that I'm referencing linked in the description below. I always cite the sources to hold myself accountable to my community. And in addition to that, if you are concerned about some of the warnings that have been coming out about cyber attacks, EMPs, potential sleeper cells hitting various cities in the United States, there are resources linked down in the description below. I've got various links to EMP-proof fabrics, to candles, to flashlights, to an assortment of different things to help you and your family stay safe and ready. I always say here in the channel, there's a lot of stuff going on. No need to be scared. I don't believe in the spirit of fear. God has not given us the spirit of fear. If we are aware that these things are going on, I believe that we should be not scared, but be prepared, be ready, be aware of the fact that there are these things going on. and let's take action and do whatever we can to make sure that we are prepared for whatever potentially could unfold. So those links are also down in the description for you as well. Sandra, thank you for the $5 super chat. Appreciate that support a ton. I will continue to keep you and your family up to date on everything. And I'm still seeing those 45s coming in, people saying, we got to get Trump back in there. And you guys, we are like, what is it, like a month, 2 months away from the elections coming up. Absolutely incredible. And yesterday, if you missed it, Trump coming out and saying there will not be another debate. He said, I already took it. I won it. You're not going to see any more of that from me, and all kinds of stuff coming out. If you missed my live stream earlier, check it out regarding Kamala Harris. And they're saying that there's a rumor, has not been verified yet, but they're saying there's an ABC whistleblower coming out saying that she might have known a little bit about the questions in advance. In addition to that, people saying that there's a company out in Germany that makes Bluetooth earrings, and they're saying it looks strikingly similar. This is all they're saying. We're just saying it looks very similar to what we make. And if you suspect that that's what she had, well, we can make a set for Donald Trump as well. So that way both of them can have Bluetooth earrings during the debates. Man. So if you missed that, check it out right after this. I did a live stream earlier today. Absolutely incredible, you guys. Let me know in the comments. Do you think that there was some foul play in the debates? If you think so, that there was something funny going on. And I mean, we already felt like it was a little bit biased with the moderators from ABC already, but if you think there might have been some other additional foul play in the mix of it, put a yes in the comments. If you think no, it's conspiracy theories, not really following it, put a no in the comments if you think no. But man, I kind of dismissed the earring thing myself at first, but so many people were like, Steve, look at it. And I started researching it. And sure enough, there's a company out in Germany. I think it's like iSpa or something like that. I can't remember. Everyone was mentioning the Novia or something, a Nova, but it wasn't. Nova said, no, it's not us. But then this other company out in Germany said, that looks strikingly similar to what we sell. So man, I'm seeing a lot of yeses coming in. A lot of people saying, yeah, they think that there was some funny stuff going on with debates. I'm seeing Joy saying no. I'm seeing Kirk saying no, it's all false, but I'm seeing a lot of yeses pouring in from people saying they think there was some funny stuff going on. So we will see, because we've only got a couple months left, and we're going to need somebody to come in strong and to address what is going on right now around the world. As we're hearing, there could be very soon, they're saying this is official war declarations that could be coming here as a result of what's unfolding between Russia, the United States, NATO. They're saying that they are taking this very seriously. Russia's saying this could change the entire essence of the conflict that's taking place, pulling in the United States. Now, like I said, CBS also reporting on this as well. Russian President Vladimir Putin warned on Thursday yesterday that a decision by the United States or NATO allies to allow Ukraine to use Western-supplied long-range missiles to hit targets deep inside of Russia, this would be viewed as NATO's direct participation in war against Russia, which he said would significantly change the very nature of this conflict to then involve the United States and NATO. Flight assignments for these missile systems can, in fact, only be entered by military personnel from NATO countries. Ukrainian servicemen cannot do this, and therefore, it is not a question of allowing the Ukrainian regime to strike Russia with these weapons or not. It is a question of making a decision whether NATO countries directly participate in military conflict or not, Putin said in a response to the questions on Thursday. So Putin saying, this is not Ukraine. This is directly NATO or the United States allowing this to unfold and hitting us, saying Ukraine does not have the capabilities. They're saying this is war with Russia. Whoever is allowing this, he said, just know this is your warning, US, NATO, Europe. I'm drawing a line in the sand. This has happened in the last 24 hours, being reported all over today, that this could be unfolding. And Biden actually meeting with them today, and they're saying that we could be having a declaration of war here very soon. It could be as soon as this weekend. Now, do me a favor. I'm going to read a little bit more into this article from CBS News, giving us a little more detail. But before I do, I see we've got 2,161 people live with me in the room. Please take a second. If you haven't done so yet, hit the like button. If you appreciate the updates, subscribe to stay up to date. And let's take a look at this. It says, if this decision is made, it will mean nothing less than direct participation from NATO countries, the United States and European countries in the war with Ukraine. Putin added, U.S. officials told CBS News that Ukraine could assign targets without the direct participation of the U.S. or NATO. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has been asking his Western partners to allow his country to fire long-range missiles supplied by the United States and Europe deep into Russian territories, including U.S. ATACMS and British Storm Shadows as well. If the United States and Britain approve this move, it will mean that NATO countries and the United States and European countries, they are fighting directly against Russia, Putin said. So again, he's saying this is declaration of war. If this unfolds, you are at war with Russia. That is what Putin is saying. And if this is so, then bearing in mind that the change in the very essence of this conflict, we will make the appropriate decisions based on the threats that will be created for us by the United States and NATO. Now, when asked Friday today whether the Kremlin had seen a reaction among Western powers to Putin's statement, spokesperson Dmitry Peskov said that the statement that Putin made yesterday is very important. It is extremely clear, it is unambiguous, and it does not allow for any double readings. And we have no doubt that this statement, it has reached its addresses. So they said, we have made a very clear statement to the United States and to NATO. We believe that they heard it. It is very clear. It is unambiguous. There is nothing to be questioned. There's no double reading. So now it is time for them to make a decision on this. Now, also, as I mentioned, that Fox News article said that they felt that this was, it was mentioned they felt that this was pressure, intimidation from Russia against the United States. They said this has been going on for quite some time, and they said that it has been working. Putin is intimidating Biden and the U.S., and Biden has not been very aggressive in his responses. So they're thinking that probably this is going to work again. We'll see, because today Biden is meeting with NATO leaders, and they are discussing allowing Ukraine to do this, but we'll see if they back off because of these threats coming from Putin. Now, President Biden, he's expected to discuss the subject in a meeting with the UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer in Washington this Friday today. Ahead of this meeting, Mr. Biden told reporters, I don't think much about Vladimir Putin when asked about the Russian president's comments. So they asked him, what do you think about this? You are receiving direct threats from Russia. President Joe Biden, what are your thoughts on all of this? Are you going to lift the ban? What is going on? Are we looking at potential war? Are we going to be having a declaration? What's going on? And Joe Biden's response was, I don't think much about Vladimir Putin. Man, let me know your thoughts on that response from Joe Biden. Like I said, a lot of people saying he's checked out. He has checked out. He's like, I'm going to chill on the beach. And then you can go ahead and have Kamala, or you can have Trump, whoever you want. You guys don't want me, that's fine. Let me know if you agree with that. Do you think that Biden has checked out? If you think he's checked out, put a Z in the comments for Sleepy Joe. If you think that he has checked out, go ahead and put a Z. Now, if you think he's still in there, put a 46. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. No, I'm seeing all the Z's coming in. People saying that Joe Biden, he is asleep at the helm right now. And that's probably the reason for the response that we saw coming out when he was asked about these threats, what's going on with the war and all this stuff. And he just saying, I don't really think much about Vladimir Putin. That was his response. Look at all the sleepies coming in. Oh, there's a 46. I see 2 46s coming in, 3 46s. Vast majority of them are saying Sleepy Joe Biden falling asleep at the helm while trying to lead the nation. Man, you guys. So we will see what's going to unfold here. I will keep you guys up to date on everything. And again, like I said, I always cite the sources. They're linked in the description, so that way you can check out the articles for yourself. You can see that these are coming out here today, September the 13th, 2024. We're hearing that there could be some declarations here of war, some issues coming out with the United States, NATO, Russia, as soon as this weekend. They're actually discussing this stuff today, you guys. So, man, some pretty incredible stuff. And like I said, I'll keep you up to speed on everything. Now, do me a favor. I see we've got 2,200 people live with me in the room, 1,540 likes. Can I get another 60 likes if you haven't done so yet and you appreciate the updates? 60 likes puts us at 1,600, helps spread this out further across the platform. Also, subscribe to stay up to date. It's totally free. Make sure you're staying subscribed. I'll keep you guys up to speed on everything. And like I said, if you missed my live stream earlier today, a lot of rumors coming out, a lot of rumors, and like I can't say that they are actually true or not true. I just put the sources for you so you can decide for yourself about some foul play during the debates. People potentially getting the questions or some hints of the questions ahead of time, along with Bluetooth earrings. Absolutely incredible, you guys. So, man, let me know your thoughts in the comments. I will keep you up to speed on everything. We're going to see if anything unfolds this weekend. If something does, you know that I will be right here on the channel to make sure that you guys know the latest. But whatever unfolds, I'll keep you up to speed on everything. So that is the latest, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I will catch you in the next one. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.